You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about Dak Prescott, the Dallas Cowboys quarterback. By the way, he's coming up for a new contract, and I think a lot of people are very curious, what's that going to end up looking like? Well, Jerry Jones, we know, made some comments a while back that he's sort of content to allow Dak Prescott to play the contract out. Now, does this have anything to do with that? I don't know. But a while back, a woman sent Dak Prescott and I guess his attorneys a letter, a demand letter involving sexual assault. Now, the lady's issue that she had is she could not file a sexual assault claim lawsuit because of a statute of limitations in the state of Texas. Now, as I think a lot of us would do, including Michael Irvin, if accused of something that I think this doesn't pass my sniff test, as it didn't pass the sniff test with Michael Irvin, I think this is probably a plea for money from this woman, right? I view this completely different than I did, for example, Deshaun Watson, all right? Deshaun Watson had how many lawsuits? 27, 28? Whatever it was, there was too much smoke, so there was probably some fire that certainly would add to some legitimacy with Deshaun Watson. Dak Prescott and Michael Irvin, as of right now, I don't buy it. All right? I haven't bought it. However, all right, Dak Prescott filed a $100 million extortion lawsuit against the female that accused him. The problem with having done that in the state of Texas is he has triggered a situation now where he is now staring at a sexual assault claim. All right, the statute of limitations, there's a law that if you file a lawsuit, there can be a counter lawsuit. So when he decided to sue for extortion, it opened up the door for him to get hit with a sexual assault lawsuit himself. No longer under the statute of limitations. That's the weirdest thing in the world to hear. That's what the trigger says in Texas. So, this is Florio that did this article. Florio's a lawyer, so he's kind of good to listen to in these situations. So, sometimes it's aggressive and proactive approach to the court system. It pays off. Sometimes it backfires. For Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott, it may have backfired. Earlier this year, Prescott received a demand letter from lawyers who represent a woman who accuses Prescott of sexual assault. The alleged incident happened in February of 2017. The biggest problem regarding a potential civil lawsuit alleging sexual assault against Prescott came from the applicable statute of limitations. Put simply, it was too late for the alleged victim to sue Prescott for sexual assault. Prescott and his lawyers reacted to the demand letter, which I think a lot of us might do, and which sought a payment of $100 million by suing the alleged victim and her lawyers for extortion. So the same kind of thing that Michael Irvin did, that Marriott employee and everybody involved there accused Michael Irvin of something. Michael Irvin hit him straight back, $100 million lawsuit. All right, if you're innocent, go to the tallest hill, scream it, and sue, sue, sue. Dak Prescott did that. Here's the problem. And under Texas law, that apparently opened the door for Prescott to be sued for alleged sexual assault. Weird, but here we are. The answer appears in Texas Civil Practice and Remedies Code, Section 16.069. Here's the language of it. Quote, if a counterclaim or cross-claim arises out of the same transaction or occurrence that is the basis of action, a party to the action may file the counterclaim or cross-claim even though as a separate action it would have been barred by limitation on the date the parties answered is required. What a strange little practice addition code from where I'm at right here in the state of Texas. Prescott's alleged victim did indeed file a counterclaim against Prescott. The counterclaim alleges defamation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, sexual assault, and false imprisonment. Yikes. The counterclaim itself has a few details. This is the full extent of the allegations regarding the sexual assault. Prescott is liable for sexual assault due to him intentionally or knowingly causing the penetration of the sexual organ of the counter plaintiff without her consent. This is going to get very public, and this could get very ugly. Prescott's primary defense is and will be that the assault did not happen. However, if he hadn't sued first, he wouldn't have to deal with the claim at all. For now, Prescott's lawyers will likely try to argue that the sexual assault does not, quote, arise out of the same transaction or occurrence that is the basis of the action. In other words, they'll say, nah, it didn't happen like that. At that time, tying to that event, I guess. Since the lawsuit arises not from the sexual assault, but the alleged effort to extort Prescott, I haven't researched the issue, but there surely will be a fight over whether or not the extortion lawsuit does indeed open up the sexual assault lawsuit. So in other words, does this particular lawsuit from Dak Prescott open the door for the sexual assault lawsuit? For sure. All of this is very interesting because not only has Dak Prescott got to deal with this as the most public quarterback. We all know if you're quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, you and Patrick Mahomes are probably going to get the most attention in all of the league. All of those morning blowhard shows on Fox Sports and ESPN, they talk about the Cowboys every day. I mean, even during the offseason, they talk about them every day. We know that. So, that brings us to his contract. Prescott has said they have not really, the negotiations for a new contract have not begun on a new deal. Although he had what he termed a, quote, great conversation with the owner and general manager, Jerry Jones, about a month ago. Prescott is entering the final year of a 4-year, $160 million deal he signed in 2021 and is set to count $55.4 million against the salary cap. The Cowboys cannot use a franchise tag on him after this year. He has a no trade clause. In 2019, Prescott played out the final year of his rookie deal and was given the franchise tag in 2020. He suffered and dislocated and fractured a right ankle in the 5th game of the season, but still signed the most lucrative deal in franchise history. He was asked if he wants to be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. Quote, no, I'm not trying to be the highest paid necessarily, Prescott said. We'll wait until the negotiations begin and obviously want to put this team in the best situation. They're in a terrible situation. All right? And part of it is they've got to do his contract, Michael Parsons, and CeeDee Lamb. And it has handicapped. They've done nothing in free agency at all. At all. By the way, Joe Burrow's highest average salary is $55 million. Herbert, Jackson, Lamar, $52 million. Prescott's $40 million average is tied for the 10th highest in the league. Quote, I'm not going to say I fear being here or not. I don't fear either situation, to be candid with you. I love this game, love to play, and love to better myself as a player and my teammates around me. Right now, it's with the Dallas Cowboys. So he's acting like he's not afraid to hit free agency if it comes down to it. Now, this is PFF's quarterback ratings. Just to give you an idea where they got him ranked from a bunch of statistics they put together. By the way, the NFL decision makers, this is the website they use, and so do agents. It's not the end-all, be-all. It's got some flaws, I think. But here you've got Dak Prescott graded out as the number 4 best quarterback in the league by PFF for 2023. So, at the same time that this woman's coming after Dak Prescott, and now Dak Prescott, because he's opted to sue, which I don't blame him, I would too, he may have this counter lawsuit, an actual lawsuit now, not a demand letter, an actual lawsuit against him And it's going to be for sexual assault, false imprisonment is in that. So we're talking about something that you think Deshaun Watson got very public and got a lot of attention. It will be nothing compared to the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, America's team. And while he's looking for a new contract, because then Jerry Jones has got a way of give him $55 million a year while he's dealing and being accused of potentially a sexual assault in the lawsuit. And then you're going to have people, it's not going to be fully guaranteed, but people are going to be channeling Jimmy Haslam and the Browns. All of a sudden, remember that contract Deshaun got? Now, nobody's getting a fully guaranteed ever again, but you get my point. By the way, I don't buy that Dak did this, or Michael Irvin did it. Deshaun Watson? Well, I mean, how many again? 64 women that they could put a name to? Come on. Too much smoke equals fire. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.